Lil Wayne is one of the most influential rappers in history, but his career hasn't been all flowers and celebration. From run-ins with the law to questionable presidential endorsements and drug use, his personal life has been eventful. This is the shady truth about Lil Wayne. A generation of rap fans sees Lil Wayne as one of the most recognizable members of the Bloods. He's rapped about the gang in a few of his songs, spoke about it in interviews, and brandished its colors. He even pointed to his red bandana in an interview with Nightline in 2016.
Connected to this flag, right? As I'm connected, I'm a gangbanger, man.
But some in the rap game have doubted his authenticity. In an interview with Vlad TV, battle rapper Daylight explained Weezy's gang origin as he knew it, saying, "Wayne's not out here doing anything, he's just a Blood." He added that Wayne's record label, Cash Money, had signed a rapper named Mac 10, who was a Blood, so many assumed that everyone involved with the label were also Bloods. Rapper and Crip member 40 Glock once confronted Wayne about his claims, telling Hip Hop Weekly, "Lil Wayne started gangbanging at 20-something?" The late Nipsey Hussle doubted Wayne's claims, saying his gang affiliations never quite added up. In the 2008 documentary Crips and Bloods Made in America, Wayne himself cast doubt, saying, "I'm not from LA. I don't know too much about the Bloods and Crips. All I know is that it's not a good thing." In the days leading up to the 2020 election, Lil Wayne shocked fans when he tweeted out what appeared to be an endorsement of President Donald Trump, along with a snapshot of the two with the caption summing up details of a meeting the two had. Throughout his career, Trump has had a roller coaster relationship with the hip-hop world. Despite his name appearing in over 300 songs, The Telegraph reports that many of the industry's biggest artists were at odds with Trump, including 50 Cent, who had only recently walked back on his own public support of Trump. Many felt that Weezy's endorsement was an unneeded distraction, ignorant of the former president's history of hurtful and racist rhetoric and controversies. Yet some believed the Louisiana rapper had a bigger purpose for meeting with Trump, like Boozy Badass, who told Vlad TV, "We thought he was getting jumped like checkers, but he was playing chess the whole time." Lil Wayne has a long and complicated legal history that dates as far back as 2007. According to MTV News, in July of that year, Wayne took the stage in New York as a headliner for the first time in his career, but it occurred after he was frisked by cops upon entering the venue. He told the crowd, "I just went through the worst feeling ever with y'all police. This may be one of the only times you see me because of how they treated me." As Wayne's tour bus pulled away from the venue after the show, those same police alleged that they smelled marijuana smoke coming from the vehicle and pulled it over. On the bus, authorities found a bag with a gun stashed inside. Despite initially denying the gun was his, Weezy eventually pleaded guilty to gun possession and was sentenced to 1 year in prison in 2009, serving 8 months. The rapper was also arrested in Arizona in 2008 for drug possession, for which he would receive 3 years probation while he was serving his sentence. Between his 2010 release from Rikers Island and 2019, Wayne was free of any charges. But in December 2019, he was again arrested for possession of a firearm, and due to his priors, he faced up to 10 years in prison. He pleaded guilty to the federal charge a year later, but luckily, he had friends in high places. On January 20th, 2021, during his last day in office, former President Trump granted Wayne a full pardon. As one of the most successful artists in the country, Lil Wayne is often asked to respond to the issues facing Black Americans. Time and again, the rapper has admitted to being disconnected from the realities faced by so many of his fans, and many have a hard time with this fact. This troublesome truth came to light during an appearance on Undisputed in 2016, when Wayne was asked about Colin Kaepernick's decision to kneel during the national anthem. At first, he declined to give an opinion on the situation, but elaborated a little further.
So when he did it, I really didn't even know what. Somebody had to tell me why he was doing it. That's how much I didn't know what was going on. And I kind of still don't, so.
Weezy was then pressed about his personal experiences with racism in America, and the rapper claimed, "I have never, and never is a strong word, but I have never dealt with racism." He went on to say that his loyal white fans in some way seemed to suggest that, quote, "there was no such thing as racism." While later speaking with Nightline, Wayne was asked to address the backlash he received for these comments, as well as his thoughts on the Black Lives Matter movement.
I don't feel connected to a damn thing that ain't got nothing to do with me. If you do, you crazy.
Wayne abruptly ended the interview by saying, "I ain't no politician." For much of his life growing up in New Orleans, Lil Wayne never had a truly stable father figure. He told Katie Couric in 2009 that he dropped the D from his birth name because it was also his father's name, explaining, "He's not in my life and he's never been in my life, so I don't want to be Dwayne, I'd rather be Wayne." When asked if his father knew that, Weezy smiled and said, "He knows now." The rapper previously told Vibe that his stepfather, Reginald Rabbit McDonald, was the first person he considered to be a father, saying of him, "Rabbit was the first dude who came in and really tried to be cool with me. It was natural for Rabbit to come, chill, and kick it with me." However, seeing his stepfather, a street hustler, working was what helped usher him into that lifestyle, as he revealed in another interview with Exclaim. "I was on the edge of doing it, but when he came in as a father figure and he was doing it, that was my excuse." Tragically, not long after being released from prison for gun possession charges in 1996, Rabbit was shot and killed. At the time, Wayne was just 14. In March 2013, the hip-hop world was stunned by the news that Lil Wayne had been admitted to the ICU at Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles after experiencing several seizures. TMZ reported that the rapper had been stabilized and released, only to suffer another bout of seizures. Per the outlet, Weezy had reportedly gone on a binge of lean, a combination of codeine cough syrup and soft drink beverages, after his initial release. This led to his stomach being pumped multiple times. According to the reports, Wayne was found unconscious by one of his bodyguards. At the hospital, he was admitted to the ICU when he didn't stabilize and was apparently shaking so much he had to be restrained. In a Power 106 interview after he recovered, Wayne claimed that the seizures were caused by epilepsy. He explained further, saying, "The bad news is I'm an epileptic. I'm prone to seizures. Like, this isn't my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh seizure. I've had a bunch of seizures, y'all just never hear about them." Yet during a later interview with Katie Couric that September, Wayne suggested that, aside from fainting once as a child, he hadn't had another before these incidents. It turns out that the seizures may have been caused by lean withdrawals, pain medication, or both. The rapper claimed to have followed his doctor's orders to officially quit, but has unfortunately continued to battle epilepsy. Brian Birdman Baby Williams was the founder of Cash Money Records and took Lil Wayne and other rappers under his wing when they were very young. The rapper Turk spoke about Wayne in an interview with Vlad TV, saying, "After his daddy got killed, Baby took on that role of a father figure. For more than 20 years, Weezy and Baby were inseparable, but as Wayne's highly anticipated album The Carter 5 approached, a major rift became visible." In December 2014, Weezy tweeted, "To all my fans, I want you to know that my album won't and hasn't been released because Baby and Cash Money Records refused to release it." He later added, "I am a prisoner, and so is my creativity." The next month, TMZ reported that Wayne had filed a $51 million lawsuit to extricate himself from the contract, which was eventually settled out of court. In March 2015, Wayne took verbal shots at Baby in Young Money Cypher Next Up. And then that April, the ongoing feud took a violent turn when Wayne's tour bus was shot at in Atlanta. Jimmy Carlton Winfrey was later arrested for the shooting and was accused of having a connection to Baby. Though Baby reportedly denied the allegations, evidence of calls between the two men may exist. According to TMZ, Winfrey's original 20-year sentence was reduced to 7 years after a plea deal. In the unauthorized documentary The Carter, Lil Wayne discussed the disturbing circumstances of his first sexual encounter. While speaking to a 15-year-old boy in his entourage named Twist, who was still a virgin, the rapper appeared to brag about losing his virginity at the extremely young age of 11, explaining that he was pressured into the encounter by mentor Brian Birdman Baby Williams and his friends. While Wayne's tone may have suggested he was unbothered by the troubling experience, during a 2009 appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, he described the night and how it affected him a little differently. When the TV host asked about him losing his virginity, the rapper explained, "The girl was older than me and she cut the lights off. I don't know what happened." As Wheezy shared more details, the crowd shockingly hooted and hollered. But after Kimmel asked if it affected him negatively as he got older, Wayne admitted, "It did, yeah." If you or someone you know has been the victim of sexual assault, you can call the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-HOPE or 4673, or visit RAINN.org for additional resources.